Hello, welcome to Lynn Studios, and today we're going to give you a tour of the studio. So let's begin. Here's the setup of the studio. I got a Shure 57 microphone, that's the beta, and I got an MXL 440 with a shock mount from MXL, and I got two on-stage mic stands, the tripod kind with the cables, and over here I have it's a CAD GXL 1200 series mic. That's a condenser mic as well as the 440 is a condenser mic. And I got a bookcase here. And over here in the output rack, you can see we got the stereo system set up here for the speakers. And this does the EQ and the main playback for everything. And up here I got a custom mixer I made myself, and I run my headphone mix through that, which comes from the Studio projects over in the input rack. So now in the input rack, I got a Samsung MDR 1248 mixer, 12 channel, and I got a PreSonus Studio projects with 8 inputs, and line inputs, and 8 outputs in the back, as well as FireWire to the computer to record whatever I need. I got the record player, which is a USB record player from Audio Technics, plus I got a CD player. Now I'll move up here to the speakers. I have a loudspeaker, and their loudspeaker, which are the same, and I have some custom-made inductors in the back of those. And in the back of the room, I got these two cabinets from Technicus, and they have the treble, bass, and the mid-range speaker in them. And they're just in the back of the room, kind of giving that surround sound vibe. Welcome back. In this part, I'm going to show you the computer setup. I'm running a 27-inch iMac with a 21.5-inch display for a second display. Now, this segment I'm recording through the PreSonus Studio project, which I showed you earlier, and I'm using the MXL 440 with the shock mount. And here is my setup. I use Logic Pro 9 as my digital audio workstation, and I run all the sounds through that. I rewire, run Ableton Live for it. Everything gets done in Logic because it's top of the line, and that's what I like. So I can do as many tracks as your band's gonna need, which is about 8, which is typical setup, and that's about all I got for inputs into the computer. But I can do way more in the computer if you need it. I'll make it work out somehow because I'm just that good. So here we're gonna show you some of what I do. I do a lot of rewiring, which I use Reason, which is here, and I got the Reason rack with just some samples and sounds. These are just for this video, a little demo. Then I use Ableton Live, which I have rewired in the Logic Studio, so that I can use all the cool Logic plugins to play a song from Ableton Live, record it in Logic, mix it, master it, and all that good stuff. So let's get back to Logic Pro, and let's give you some samples of these sounds. The first one's the Thor, which sounds like this. That's the Thor from Reason. Now, we got the Combinator, which has the master dome in it for the bass part. then we got the Combinator 2, which has NN19 in it. Which sounds pretty cool. And then I got an NNXT rack, which has 3 to 4 NNXTs wired together inside the combinator, which makes it sound like this. That's the NXT rack that I'm using. And then I got 3 sounds from Ableton Live. The first one's the joystick. That's the joystick. Then we got the piano for 4 airports. And this one sounds pretty cool. Nice muted sound piano with your high reverb in the background. And that's the piano for airports. That's one of my favorite sounds. And then this last one's the switched on Bach synthesizer keyboard sound. And I'm running an arpeggiator on it, which allows me to play these cool little sounds like this. And that's the switch to Bach. So we got all that. Then I also have Finale 2011, which I just did this score for a song that I'm working on. And I can also record that into Logic somehow. It's been a while, but yeah. So our services are, we charge $50 an album. You can either come here if you're a single artist, or we'll come to you and set up. Check us out on the website, which will be in the link, which will be in the description box below. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment box below. And rate and subscribe. So this has been the Lens Studios Studio Tour.